After the Club Q shooting, high-profile queens beef up security. The deadly shooting at Club Q in Colorado Springs has made the already stressful life of touring drag performers even harder. Jinkx Monsoon told NBC News, quote, "We're trying to smile and make people happy for the holidays. And in the back of our heads, we're thinking, I hope I don't get shot," end quote. Monsoon, who is set to make her Broadway debut in Chicago next year, said that over the past several months, she had been using metal detectors and creating venue escape routes for her at U.S. events. Since the Club Q shooting, however, she has hired armed guards and has started to ban re-entry following the start of her performances. Fellow drag queen Alaska said that in the days following the Club Q shooting, she sat down with her staff to plot out escape routes at each venue remaining on her current nationwide tour. She said, quote, "It's mortifying that we even have to think about these things for something as joyous and celebratory as a drag show. Why do we have to be worried about where the exits are and where a safe route to get to safety is? It's terrifying, but that's the reality of it," end quote. And, you know, I've been speaking with a lot of drag queens. A lot of them are obviously my friends. I interview many of them locally for South Florida Gay News and other publications. And I've talked with several about how they are taking extra steps. They have, one has bought a gun that she carries with her. A couple of venues are quietly increasing security measures that beyond just having beefy guys, you know, at the door. It's something taken very seriously. And the threats against the LGBT community are on the rise. We are not safe anywhere. And Chief Gary Blocker of the Wilton Manors Police told me after the Colorado Springs shooting, we prepare for when.
Oh my God, John.
It's not if.
Awful.
Yeah.
Awful. Look, and to all those business owners, it's up to you guys to make sure that our girls are protected. All right. I have girlfriends of mine that are also now having extra security, carrying things that they probably shouldn't. When you start carrying things can go off and worse things can happen, you know? Mm-hmm. So to these club owners, take care of our girls. I went to a drag show the other day where they had, I'm not graceful on my feet, people. And I tripped right over this thing at the entrance and they had put in a metal detector, one big, huge one that I, again, tripped over. But good, do it. Check me out, all right? No problem. Because, safety has to be paramount when it comes to our girls.
Yeah, so I like when she pointed out, how sad is it that in 2022, in our society, in our modern day society, that in something as celebratory as a drag show, where you cannot laugh harder, and it's just impossible to not have fun at a drag show, that there are people going out of their way to physically harm and kill people. This is unacceptable in society. Yeah. People are doing what they have to do. The club owners are, the performers are. But really, as a society, it's time that we take a look around and go, okay, what are we going to live with and what are we not going to live with? We cannot live with this level of violence. Just anywhere that where our being is, it's not acceptable.
And one of the things to keep in mind is also, let's take the drag out of the equation here. This is people going to work.
Right.
Imagine going to work and having to fear for your life. This is ridiculous.
There it is. Sad for me. I've worked with Jinkx countless times on the cruise, and she would bring major scales with her. And first off, Jinkx is an unbelievably talented drag queen. She wins this All Stars. That season, this most recent All-Star season, is the greatest RuPaul show ever in history. All inclinations, all brands, period, all international versions. This All-Stars was the greatest show ever in RuPaul, which is in the year 15, which I think is amazing. And Jinkx Monsoon was one of the major reasons why. She is just beyond talented. And when I would watch her on the cruises and the different kinds she would do a specialty show on the cruise, and just so talented. And it was just pure joy of the invention of this Broadway-ish kind of thinking for drag. And when I read the words that she says about how incredibly sad and how it makes her feel, it makes me sad because these are the consequences of the words that are coming out of people's mouths that are inappropriate. and unmeasured.
Right.
And the consequence of the reason why they're saying these words is because they want power and money to control and get where they want.
Right.
And the way you do that is you marginalize those that have the least voice, and that is trans and drag queens. And that's why this is going on. We have to stand up against this. We have
punching
to.
down,
Yes.
constantly punching down, on the people that need the help the most.
The most.
I'm so tired of it.
Yeah. But Jinkx Monsoon, we love you. Alaska, Alaska was on one of the cruises on the platform that you are getting ready to cruise on, and we were in the ice skating ring, and Alaska did a show in the ice skating ring, and it had that big staircase, and she was on the first step, and she stepped down on those like 7-inch heels that she was doing, and she tripped at the top of the stairs and fell down to the second stair. And the brilliance of the drag queen of the moment and the brilliance of Alaska was, wait, I've fallen down. How am I going to possibly stand back up and recover from that? So she immediately made the choice of, in Lucille Ball fashion, roll all the way down the steps.
I love it. Tuck and roll, Alaska. Tuck and roll.
She got a standing ovation for just that choice. We love our drag queens.
Absolutely.
We love our drag queens.
Absolutely.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.